Point number two is all that money that you're spending on that bad habit, you could use to better yourself. You can use that on a course, on a skill, on investing, on building an emergency fund. Those are just four things I listed. There are many other things that just not coming to the top of my mind. But you could use your money that you're spending on that bad habit to better your life. Let's say you want to look into a course, maybe you want to drop ship or trade, and there's this one YouTuber or Instagram or someone who has that knowledge that you're trying to access. Maybe you can throw all that money that you spent on, let's say, gambling, for example, and you put it towards that. Now you acquired a new skill that you didn't have before because of the bad habit. But once you saved up that money that you would have spent on that habit and you put it towards something that actually unlocks your potential, now you have something, you have a new skill that actually can make you money. Let's say you have an emergency fund. Let's say you don't have one, but you could have one if you weren't, like, stuck in those bad habits. Let's say over time you build up a $6,000 emergency fund. It's going to vary depending on the person and their situation. But let's say you build up a $6,000 emergency fund. That is $6,000 that you have under your ass now. That's a cushion that you didn't have because of the bad habits. Now, if something goes wrong, now you're not saved per se, but let's say something goes wrong, you're prepared. Let's say you want to invest. Let's say the market does a good year. Let's say VOO does 16% returns. And let's say, for example, you didn't invest in the market that year because you're still stuck on the bad habits. All that money you could have spent could have yielded you returns and returns, all that compound interest years down the line. But now that you cut out that bad habit and you have that extra money and you invest into the market, you're going to be feeling good. You're going to be like, wow, whew, I cut out all that extra money. I cut out all that junk that I did not need to consume and I put it towards something better. That's why I think bad habits are expensive. This is my second reason why bad habits are expensive. You're cutting off potential to make more money in the market, potential to save your ass in a bad situation like an emergency fund, potential to better yourself as a person, like gaining new skills, learning stuff, courses, etc. Skills, anything.